Buying your first rental property can seem like a daunting task, especially when you are broke and have no clue on how to even get started. People are so eager to invest in real estate, but end up forgetting about it simply because they have no money. Trust me, I get it, but a lot of people have done it, and there's no reason you can't. That's why in this video, I will walk you through a step-by-step guide and 6 straightforward steps in buying your first rental property, even if you have no money. Now, without further ado, write these down, take notes, and let's get started. Number 1. Find great rental property deals. It's hard to believe, but the first step in buying a home, even when you're broke, is actually to find deals. It's all about knowing where to look and what to look for. If you're just starting out, it can be hard to know where to begin. But if there is one thing we know about finding deals, it's that there are always deals out there. You just have to know where to look. There are many different ways to do this. There are property listing sites such as Zillow.com and Redfin, and the most common method is to find an agent who can help you find the best deals. Agents are experts at hunting down properties that are on the market but have been overlooked by other potential buyers. They know how to sniff out opportunities that will give you a chance at getting into the property at a discount. Once you found an agent, they'll help you figure out if it's worth your while financially to pursue this particular opportunity. If so, they'll work with you to formulate an offer that will allow them to get the house at a price they think will be profitable for both of you in the end. Using websites like Zillow or Craigslist to search for properties that are for sale by owner is also a good idea. Why is this a good idea? This allows you to work directly with the seller rather than going through a real estate agent or focusing on foreclosures. I recommend searching for properties that have had a price cut or have been on the market for a long time, as this may indicate that the seller is more willing to negotiate. Keep watching because the best is yet to come. I'll reveal to you a hack if you don't know how to approach sellers when it comes to contacting them. While we're at it, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel so that you're always notified with new uploads. Number 2. Contacting sellers. Once you found properties, it's time to get in touch with their owners. There are a few different ways you can contact a seller of a property. First, you can contact them via email. This is the easiest way to reach out to them, but it may not be the most effective if the seller doesn't check their email often. If this is your only option, keep it short and sweet. You could also try phoning them, though this can be somewhat intrusive if you don't know them personally or if they don't want to talk on the phone. If you're going to be contacting them in person, make sure that your message has been clearly stated so that there is no confusion about what it is you're trying to do. Here's a little hack I recommend. If you're not sure how to approach the seller, try asking some questions about the property and see if they have any other properties that might be right for you. Be sure your message is clear and concise. If they don't understand what you're asking or what your intentions are, chances are they won't respond. Number 3. PreScreen Sellers. Pre-screening sellers is a crucial step in the process of buying a property. It can help you avoid getting into a situation that is beyond your means, and it can also help you find a seller who will be willing to accept your offer. Pre-screening sellers involves looking at the financial documents of the seller so that you have an idea of what they can afford and what they're asking for their property. If they're asking for more than they should be, then it's probably not worth pursuing further. To pre-screen the sellers, you can use a property information sheet that includes questions about the seller's willingness to take payment over time and if there is a mortgage on the property. It is important to ask these questions in a way that does not make the seller feel uncomfortable or defensive. For example, instead of asking if there is a mortgage on the property, ask if the seller is currently making payments on the property. This will help you determine if there is a mortgage on the property. Number 4. Making offers and contracting deals. Now that you found a property, it's time to put your money where your mouth is. If you want the property, you have to make an offer, even if it's a low one. In this step, you will need to make an offer to the seller using a creative offer formula, which allows you to pay close to the asking price or even the full asking price for the property. This formula also includes the deposit amount, down payment amount, and monthly payments to the seller. To make the deal more appealing to the seller, you can offer to delay the down payment until the closing occurs and provide a small earnest money deposit. You can also ask the seller if they are willing to allow you to make a certain number of payments, with the final payment being a lump sum, also known as a balloon payment to the seller. To formalize the agreement, you will need to sign a standard purchase and sell agreement which outlines the terms and conditions of the deal. It's important to remember that all offers are negotiable, so don't be afraid to negotiate and don't be afraid of rejection. If you want something bad enough, I promise it will come through for you. Number 5. Find a tenant buyer. You may have already found the perfect property, but it's not going to do you any good if you can't find someone to pay rent on it. If you want to be able to make money off of your investment properties, then you need to find tenants who are willing and able to rent them out. It's not always easy to find people who will pay their bills on time and take care of your property like it's their own home. However, there are plenty of ways that you can attract desirable tenants. You can do this by posting ads on websites like Craigslist, targeting people who are looking to buy a house quickly and without having to go through a bank. When a potential tenant buyer contacts you, you can negotiate the terms of the deal, including the amount of the down payment and the monthly payments. Remember, the goal is to create passive income and build capital while the tenant takes care of the down payment, monthly payments, and the final payment on the property. So the strategy involves selling the property with a rent-to-own option and setting shorter terms for the tenant buyer than the terms agreed upon with the seller. This allows the buyer to make payments and eventually pay off the property, while the person following the strategy, which is you, profits from the spread on the property. It's important to set the terms of the deal so that the tenant buyer will be able to afford the payments and make the final balloon payment to you at the end of the term. Number 6. Close the deal and get paid. When it comes to buying real estate, there are a lot of moving parts that can complicate the process, but if you can stick with it and follow these steps, you'll be able to close your deal and get paid. Now, the first 4 steps are all about getting yourself in a position where you can actually buy a property, but now it's time to seal the deal. This step involves the buyer funding the entire process. You will have bought a rental property that will generate passive income for you every month for several years. You will have made money upfront every month and on the back end. Remember the earnest money deposit that you put up to make the deal happen? That money will come back to you once the buyer gives you the down payment on the property. This step allows you to successfully buy your first rental property even if you're broke. The point is, even if you don't want to buy a piece of property, having an asset base such as rental property can make a huge difference in one's life. Remember, with hard work and determination, you can achieve your real estate investing goals even if you don't have a lot of capital to start with. The only question we have now is, are you now ready to buy your first rental property in 2023? Let me know in the comment section, and please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content. As a matter of fact, if you want to know exactly how to buy a rental property with no down payment, watch this video where we will break it down step by step. So click the video on the screen now and we'll see you in the next one.